Women's Forum. Our next segment is our Bold Women's segment. It's our weekly segment, and a friend of our show, Francesca Lana, is in studio with us today, and she is joined by Dr. Loredana Puca. Welcome you both to this show. Thank you both so much for joining us today.
Good afternoon, Krista. Good afternoon, Clay. We are so happy to be here. Finally, my first time in Bold Women in the studio. Last time I was in London at university, sadly. So today I'm very happy to introduce to you Loredana Puca. Loredana and I met just a year ago at the American Italia Cancer Foundation Gala. I'm very honored to be a member of the benefit committees in the past 4 years. And when I was there and I saw Loredana had a speech, and her speech was full of passion, determination, and I just introduced myself and I shake her hands and I say, wow, you're really amazing. And that's why today is here, because I think she's a wonderful, bold woman. She is among the best young researchers in the world.
Wow.
She's from Sant'Antimo, near Naples.
They will be happy tonight.
Very happy to see Sant'Antimo. This is a very little place in Naples, but it's an amazing place to go. And she's from there. And I'm very proud to say that Loredana, she left Italy when she was only 23. She moved to Paris, and then eventually she arrived here in New York, and now she's currently working at the Cornell Hospital. As she's studying, she's doing researches every day to find possible treatments for the prostate cancer.
Wow.
Yes, so I can also introduce myself a little bit. So when I have to say who is Loredana Puca, I will say Loredana, first of all, is a woman, you can see. And then I will say that she's a dreamer. She's someone that doesn't know boundaries, is someone that challenges herself all the time, is someone that needs to learn, has a big curiosity, and so this is something that helped me to grow as a scientist. So as also Francesca said, I was first in Naples, then in Paris, and then here in New York. And my work at Weill Cornell Medicine in the Englander Institute for Precision Medicine is a work based on creating models of tumor directly from patient, and then test new therapy for them. The goal of what we do, and the amazing work that I do every day with all my team of scientists that are here in Cornell, is to design a tailored clinical trial. So don't use medicine as one size fits all, but giving the right medication, the right drug to the right patient in the right time. And that's our goal, and that's my goal in this moment, why I wake up every day, going on weekends and working with pipettes and knives.
Also because, you know, the prostate cancer is so aggressive, it's lethal, and it's very little we know about it.
Yeah.
And what Loredana said to me when we met privately, she said, you know, I have passion to help others, and because it's also very male dominated.
Yes.
It is. My dad
Yes.
had prostate cancer. Yeah, they found it early on. Yeah.
That's great. Actually, part of my job is to work on the ones that are very aggressive, that we don't know any therapy that is really useful for this kind of tumors. So the idea is really try to find a therapy that is specific for the aggressive type of prostate cancer, and give a hope to patients that suffer of this disease, and not only patients, I would say the families that suffer of this disease, because it's a male disease but affects all the family and a lot of aspects of life.
Now, Loredana, where did you get the courage to go into this industry? We know that it's a male-dominated industry. A lot of times we learn as little girls that girls don't do science and math.
Yes.
So what made you explore this for a career?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, maybe you didn't get it, but I'm very ambitious.
We got it.
We got it.
I'm very ambitious, and I have to say that the passion that drives me is also based on the great mentors that I had along my life. I would say that my life has been dominated by three bold women. One is my mother that teaches me that, if you have a difficulty, you just face it and you go on, so you become stronger. Then there was my big sister that she's also like, okay, this is a challenge, no fear, just evolve as a woman. And then I have to say also my mentor in Weill Cornell, Dr. Beltran, she's a woman, she's a leader in prostate cancer field, and so she teaches me every day how to be a great woman in an environment that is dominated by men, as you said. Since if you look at the statistics, around 20% of women become full professor in science and medicine. So this is my goal, becoming a full professor, and so I want to make the difference. And I think
also open your laboratory.
Yes.
That's your dream, no?
Let's talk about that.
Let's talk about that. Yeah, honestly.
Having my ideas about prostate cancer coming through to my work, to a team of people that works with me, because science is not done by one person, is a teamwork. In this team there are women, there are men, and they all need to work together to achieve the goals.
Also something that we don't know, but I think is good to say that she's a scientist, but also she has a big passion for poetry, theater, and dance. She dances hip hop. She writes poems, and I think this is very interesting to say, because when she was little, basically her passion for the medicine and the poetry was, one didn't exclude the other one, because both of them have the creativity in common. So she said to me, I was scared at the beginning. I was afraid to not be able to follow my dreams and be able to write again poetry. Actually, now that she's a scientist, the two things are very, she can do both.
Yeah, that's
in an excellent way. So this is wonderful.
That's pretty like a nice story. I started writing poems when I was a little kid. My first poem is about my hometown, actually, and my idea was like all the poem was based on I wanted more green spots than cars. So that's how it started. But then I can tell you that it evolved from there. But in the meantime, medicine also I got interested in medicine. Actually, it's for personal reasons. I lost my father when I was 11, and he was sick. At that time, I could not do much for him. I was just like an observer. So I promised myself that this will never happen again, that I will never be an observer again, but I will be someone that take actions. And so that's what I did, that's what I'm doing, and that's what I hope I can continue doing for the rest of my life, together with poetry also, because I think writing and science are two fields that are connected by creativity, by passions. And I think also the ability of writing, on feeling people, on feeling emotion, helps me also in doing my job even better, if possible.
Amazing, bold woman. Last question, right?
Yes.
Give a piece of advice, your best advice on being a bold woman.
Okay, so for a young woman, I would say it doesn't matter where are you from, if you're from a small town, a big town, if your family supports you, if your family doesn't, just do what you want. Just push yourself, just think out of the box, and find role models, find mentors that can really, in a selfless manner, tell you like exactly what to do, which path you can cross, and also push yourself. It doesn't matter where you come from, because where you end up will be completely different.
You can achieve your dreams.
You gotta believe it for sure.
Thank you so much for being here, Francesca Lana and Loredana Puca. Francesca is staying with us and bringing on another friend of hers for our last segment. We're excited to have Prince Dimitri of Yugoslavia joining us today.